On this episode, again, or still, or continuing, or this has got to stop. We're still safer at home with COVID-19, so wash your hands.
Except we might not be almost safer at home because we almost got hit by an asteroid. And, of course, there's murder hornets here now. And Steve and I have to split up the whole freaking show.
Yeah, that's right. But I like this. The first half is me talking about how ridiculous I believe what we're doing is. And then in 6 months, they're going to tell us what we did was wrong. And then 6 months from then, we're going to tell us what we did was wrong again. So it's just going to be crazy. No one has the answers, and we need to come up with better solutions. So listen to me.
And then, of course, I take over the second half of the show and talk about 3 of my favorite subjects. And if you want to know what those subjects are, you really got to watch the whole show.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny what Scott thinks are fun subjects. So stay tuned.
So let's start this mess. And don't forget, wash your hands.
Welcome to the Don't Know Show, formerly known as What Happened to the World Today. I guess we'll work on changing it actually some places. But then we got to figure out how to change it on our podcast.
I know,
too.
That's going to be the hard part.
I didn't figure out how to do that. But we'll start with the YouTube channel because we were getting farther and farther down the search. But welcome to the Don't Know Show. What Happened to the World Today? I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show and podcast with a confused name.
Yes, we're very confused. We're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today. So one of the things we usually start off, if we remember, is to talk about the pictures behind us on our YouTube show.
Correct.
And the picture Scott decided to put up behind him is beautiful green grass.
It's my backyard.
Looks like it needs to be cut.
It does. and I did.
And it looks like
I took this picture, got up, got the lawnmower out, and cut that grass. First time for the year.
And it looks like your hair needs to be cut.
Oh, yes. Here's the thing. Again, people don't know this, but my wife, because we didn't get her vacation, she still had some days left, and she had to use them. So this is the last week she could use it. So she decided we were going to do stuff around the house. And up until 20 minutes ago, we were still outside working on stuff. And I realized all the celebrities right now are all talking about how they have crappy hair because they don't have their hairstylist doing their hair for them. So I'm famous. I'm a celebrity because I have crappy hair. Woo-hoo!
Woo-hoo! Good for you. And as you can see behind me, I will turn off to the side here. Vegas is still closed.
It's still closed.
That's right. We'll get to that in a little bit.
But all the lights are still on, so they're still spending money on electricity.
Not all of them. A lot of them are shut off. Look across the street there.
Yeah, and actually CVS is open.
Yeah, it actually is open. Although I don't know how you get to park there and get in there, but it actually is open, which is actually kind of funny.
Right.
But yeah, if you look at all the lights in the mall in front of that, they're closed in the street. And then I keep going this way across where the Bellagio is. That's still shut down.
Are there any restaurants down there?
Not open. Or if they are, I don't know. I haven't driven past them.
All the restaurants here, almost none of them closed because you just can't, it's just carry out and curbside service and drive-through.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that I want to talk about too is I just realized, so apparently COVID doesn't get you at like Walmart and Target and all that. It only gets you at these smaller stores.
That is correct.
So these smaller stores is where the COVID goes to get you.
Yes. So the fact that Walmart and all those stores are packed, while granted they got the little signs and the arrows now trying to keep you all 6 feet apart. But I'm telling you right now, I was just there. They're not 6 feet apart.
I know. It's crazy. Well, I'll get in that rant a little bit. So the show's going to run off with a normal story. Then it's going to go into...
What?
The show's
we don't do normal stories.
Show's going to start off with a normal story. Then I'm going to go on my rant, which we do. And then I'm going to turn the second show over to Scott, second half of the show to Scott. So I'm going to try and keep my rant down to under 10 minutes for all my subjects.
Okay.
Wish me luck.
Good luck, Steve.
Yeah, good luck to you too, Scott. But first off, your first story is Hubble celebrates. Wow. The Hubble Space Telescope celebrates 30 years in space.
Yes.
30 years.
I'm going to put the link to this site so you can see some of these pictures.
So here's my first question.
Believable.
Was it the first 5 years or the first 10 years we couldn't get a picture out of the Hubble telescope because they scratched one of the mirrors that they sent up there, and they had to replace
yeah, I remember that. They fixed it. I don't know how they fixed it, but it got
They
it
put
fixed.
a new mirror up there. They sent the new mirror up. I think it was 5 years. And well, no, it took 5 separate missions to repair, but it doesn't say how many years it was bad for.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah, if you remember that when it first went up there, all the pictures were blurry. They were worse than what you could get from. I'm like, oh, that was a good investment.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a great investment. Get it outside the Earth atmosphere. Which
Now,
is
the other thing I'm confused about is I was told that these colors are man-made on the pictures. They're photoshopped in. But
no, I haven't. I've looked through a telescope, and when you see nebulous, it's those colors.
well, that is really, really cool.
Like there are some beautiful. Oh, you should see the purples. When you can see the purples, I forget what nebulous I was looking at through a. It wasn't a very powerful telescope either. It was one in the backyard.
Right.
And we took it out in Pahrump where there were no lights or anything like that. And the nebulous were beautiful purple and green and red and blue.
Right.
And you could see all those colors. So those colors are not enhanced in any way. Oh, they might be on these pictures, but they're really out there in those colors. And you can see those with a naked eye telescope. There wasn't a camera or anything.
I do know that the lights from all the stars do refract off of the gases in space. And yes, even though space is a vacuum, there are still gases in space because basically what a sun is a burning ball of gas. That's funny. I like that.
That's me yelling in space. Because it's in a vacuum. You can't hear me.
You can't hear anything.
Right, you have to use a radio.
And here's the funny part is I've actually changed my monitors so that our pictures of ourselves are in my lower monitor because I'm looking at the upper monitor. And because you were so animated with that, it still drew my eye to you.
That's why I did that, though. Hopefully you would see that while I was doing. But so now what does this do for flat earthers?
Well, you have to remember, flat earthers don't dismiss the fact that there's other planets.
There's space, right? There is space.
Space.
But is space just out in front of us on a flat? Again, the flat earther thing is, it's not that many people, but because of YouTube, they're attributing YouTube. It's all this other stuff.
Yes.
But before YouTube, there was a guy called Ferdinand Magellan. Remember him who circumnavigated the Earth?
Yes, he created the GPSs in some of my vehicles.
So how did he get around the Earth if it's flat?
Right.
Because they say there's an ice wall that you hit up against, but yet nobody's hit up against that ice wall. And then the other thing I want to know is there are 2 mountains in Hawaii on different islands.
Yes.
And if the Earth is flat, when you go to the top of the one mountain, how come when you use a telescope for that, you can't see the top of the other mountain?
Correct.
I just want to know. It may be because the Earth is curved and it's only 203, and it's past the maybe. Just one of those things that explain to me that, flat earthers.
Yes. Well, they say that math says that when you look out at a ship that's departing, it should not sink lower and lower and disappear, or it should sink lower and lower and disappear. And apparently it doesn't. It goes, then all of a sudden it just completely disappears because it's too farther than you can see. Yeah,
exactly. Duh. Because the Earth's big enough to where you can't see the curve.
That's right. They say according to math, you should be able to see it.
No, according to math, you shouldn't be able to see the curve.
Right.
And there's all kinds of ways to do math now, apparently.
Yes, we went through that already.
So we've solved that. So if the flat Earth doesn't kill us, what did you see that asteroid that was supposed to come really close to Earth?
Is that the one that was sent by the alien species? What movie was that? Starship Troopers?
No. This was it's a real thing in 2020. It was a small asteroid size of a bus will fly by Earth today. So today, what day was this? This was.
Hey, wait a minute! All the schools are out.
May 3rd.
They have a bus.
May 3rd. So a small asteroid, size of a bus, will fly by the Earth on May 3rd. So that's past. That was last Sunday.
Correct.
Yeah, AJ will pass at the range a half moon, halfway to the moon. Asteroid 2020 AJ to fly by closer than the moon.
Really?
Yeah, size of a bus.
Okay.
So that's coming by.
I wonder if I'll be able to see it tonight when I go outside. Or no, it's never mind. It was last week. Yeah.
Well, Asteroid AJ flew by the Earth range of 148,000 miles.
Okay.
I don't know if you'll be able to see that.
Well, yeah. Well, the size of a bus. Yeah, I've got a telescope. Hang on.
I don't know what time though. I don't know what time it went by. Yeah, there you go. That'll work. Not.
Oh.
All right, we have to look for that. So there's Asteroid AJ, and then if that doesn't kill us, did you see what China's trying to kill us with now? Murder hornets.
Oh, I heard about those. Yes, they're kind of like the B-50
killer bees, the B-52s. Oh yeah. Tin roof, rusted.
Wrong.
No, not that song. No, murder hornets. Go down one more subject.
Yeah, well, I did that. I read that earlier.
Okay.
But
yeah, murder hornets. So they're from Asia, and they're about the size of what are they? Cicadas. So that's pretty big.
That's big, yes.
And with hornets don't lose their stinger, so they can sting you multiple times.
Multiple times, yes.
And when you get stung by one of them, the pheromones that it puts off attracts other hornets to sting you more.
Exactly.
So what they do in China is they have hunters, and they go and they capture it. And when it goes to get water, they capture it, and then they tie a tracker to it, and then they follow it back to the hive, and they go there with flamethrowers and burn the hive.
That would make sense to me.
Yeah, it's so China's trying to kill us with that, along with the corona. But now it's soap opera time, soapbox time.
Ladies and gentlemen, At this time, we are going to let Steve stand on a soapbox and do his famous ranting.
The soapbox. So worldwide deaths, as of last week, were 246,000 deaths.
Yes.
Worldwide. Okay. What other things can kill you that are more than 245,000 deaths?
Smoking deaths.
Okay. So one of them is close. It's a little less than that, 231. Protein or energy malnutrition. Nutritional deficiencies, 269,997.
Right.
Meningitis, drowning, 295,200. So, okay, here's what I'm getting at. Why are we not doing stuff about this? Why are we not shutting down businesses for this? Drowning, shut off all the pools. Oh my God. 300,000 people die a year from drowning. We don't take that very serious. Parkinson's disease, homicide. Homicides are 405,000 a year.
You bet.
Okay, malaria. Why are we not doing stuff about malaria? Malaria kills 619,000. They didn't shut down stores for that. Okay?
I didn't realize that was that high. I thought they brought that down to low numbers.
Suicides, 793,823. Hello? Suicides. Guess what? Guess what they're saying is going to go up because of this, because of all the people now with depression.
Domestic violence.
Suicides are going to go up because we trapped everybody in the houses. Right?
Exactly.
HIV and AIDS is still close to 1 million deaths a year, 954,000. All right, tuberculosis, you don't really, you can't keep people locked up for tuberculosis.
Right.
You can lock people up from AIDS, right? Kidney disease, you can't really, maybe drinking, I don't know. Road injuries. We need to shut down all the roads now. 1.24 million deaths a year from road injuries. Shut the roads down.
So we got to use helicopters?
Walk and bike.
Wait a minute. There's a lot of people get killed walking and biking too.
By cars.
Well, yeah, it's usually the case, but yeah.
Well, shut the roads down. All right? I mean, that's the problem, right? What are they doing to us? And then one of the things that I picked was obesity. How many people die from obesity? And now they're saying that the younger people who are obese are they're more susceptible to COVID-19, to being put into the hospital if they get COVID-19 because they're obese. So therefore, obesity. No one's giving me a free health club membership. No one's telling me to stay home from work and paying me so I can go to the health club and work out. Oh, but Steve, that's a choice. You choose to put the wrong stuff in your mouth. Hey, you know what? I choose to go to work. People can choose to stay home and self-isolate. It's a choice. It's a choice. But the other things aren't, road injuries, right? That's not a choice.
Right.
That's got to get those off of there. But yeah, I'm just like, cardiovascular diseases, still 17.79 million people. Crazy. Other respiratory diseases, we're going to lose 3.91 million people this year for respiratory diseases. Then there's lower respiratory infections, which is 2.56 million. So if you add those two together right there, that's 6,400,000 people that are going to die from respiratory stuff. This is just adds on to that. I mean, I can't believe we've shut everybody down. We've killed businesses. We've killed the economy because of this. And nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody knows what's right. And now I'm going to talk about politics.
Uh-oh.
Nobody knows.
Wait. We must do the disclaimer.
No disclaimer. Nobody knows how to do this. We're locked down in Nevada now till the 15th because nobody had a plan on how to reopen. They're going to let you know on the plan on how to reopen. And you know what the plan is? The plan is there is no plan. The plan is he's going to let all the counties decide what they're going to do in their jurisdictions to close for the first 15 days.
That's called passing the buck.
The road to recovery. That's phase one. I forget what they even call them. They got the roadmap to recovery. Okay. Some businesses will begin to open before May 15th. However, gaming facilities and other non-essential businesses aren't. We must chart a new path.
Some people might think it's a necessity.
Let's see. What was phase two? Phase two is so they came up with names. That's all they came up with. First phase. Where's the names of the phases?
Well, you do realize those names were created by the Departmency of Redundancy Department.
Phase one. Battle-born beginning. Dun dun dun. That's phase. I mean, come on. I can't find it now. I'm just so aggravated by this. If you folks out there who are locked down do not vote every one of these idiots out who shut them down. Utah stayed open. There's a lot of states that stayed open. You know that, right?
Yep.
Let's see. Where can I find? Where's my states? Here we go. States that stayed open. Well, these are the states that are open right now. Montana's open. They opened the 26th. Idaho opened on the 30th. Colorado opened on the 26th. Texas is now open. Oklahoma is now open. Alaska on the 27th. Mississippi is open. Alabama is open. Georgia is open. Oh, no, Georgia. You're not going to don't open. Tennessee's open. People are in restaurants in Nashville. Sure, it's half capacity, but they're at least open. Again, What's the difference between that and the plus immunologists are coming out like crazy now going, it doesn't matter. Whatever we did, I guarantee you in 6 months, armchair quarterback's going to go, oh, you did it wrong. You should have done this. No matter what we do.
That's correct.
No matter what we do, it's going to be crazy. But yeah, it's just crazy.
Well, I'm just really thrilled because I'll have a straight 3 months of no income. And once I do start getting income, how small is it going to be? Because people are still going to be freaking paranoid because the media
or not have any money.
Scary.
So phase 2 is called Silver State Stabilization. Phase 3 is on the road to home means Nevada. Wait. Yeah. Okay, you got cool names. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking? And finally, phase 4 is home means Nevada. Most or all the businesses will be operating. I mean, come on. You didn't have a plan. You're waiting to see what other people do to screw up.
That is correct.
You're not going to be the first guy. Well, you know what? You're not the first guy. Take a look at Utah right there, baby. No order issued. Wyoming, no order issued. Nebraska, no order issued. Iowa, no order issued. Arkansas, no order issued. South and North Dakota, no order issued. Give me a break, man. Yeah, we're right by California, so we got to protect them, stuff like that. And yeah, maybe we did need to close the casinos because the casinos were closing anyways. They got pulled before you told them to shut down, and that was because their investors told them to shut down because they couldn't afford a lawsuit.
Correct.
So whatever, people. But this election year, we need to vote these people out. All they've done is they've raised the national debt, which since we've been off the gold standard since what? Nixon? Who took us off the gold standard? I think it was Nixon. Again, don't know show. So make your comments down there. Let me know what I don't know. But we're off the gold standard. So all they do is they give the money to the big banks and they give it to all these big companies and all that stuff. And then it trickles down to us. But by then it's worthless. You've now made our dollar worth less because we had to borrow more from more people. So you guys are idiots. So you guys need to vote against these people. They need to be voted out. But I know you won't. I know you won't because you guys are foolish. You guys are foolish, and I'm calling you all on it. Okay? Oh, I like them. Oh, I want to predict people. And then you got Mark Zuckerberg, or Mark Zucker, or whatever his name is, Zuckerberg, Facebook. So Mark Zuckerberg says we're going to open too fast. Elon Musk goes, you need to open up right now. Okay? Elon Musk put out tweets that say this: free America now. Give people their freedom back. Those are direct tweets from Elon Musk. But Zuckerberg has their point of view. Well, no kidding, they have different points of view. Let's see. Elon Musk needs to go back and he needs to start building cars again, right? And okay, God love him. He's got an ulterior motive. I'll give you that. He's got an ulterior motive because all of his he doesn't take a salary. He gets based on performance and stock performance. He gets like millions of dollars of stock that he can sell.
Yes.
So okay, he wants it open so he can make his money. Good. But he's right. But Zuckerberg, on the other hand, let me see. People have to stay home. People are using Facebook. He's coming up with a new app to communicate. I forgot what we talked about it last show. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember talking about it. Don't remember.
Yeah, remember talking about it, right? So, of course, he's like, no, stay home longer. We don't have our app out yet. So, like, give me a freaking break, man. Give me a break. People, you need to wake up. I mean, make your own decisions, but, man, wake up. And again, it's flattening the curve. Not less people are going to get it. No. We're just going to stretch this out longer so that the healthcare system doesn't get overwhelmed.
Yes.
But you know what? More people are going to commit suicide. It last month, they don't have numbers for this month yet. Last month, domestic abuse calls were up 24% in the United States. So you tell me people aren't going at each other, driving each other crazy. Suicide's going to be up because of this.
Hey, look at the end of our last week's show.
And everybody goes, oh, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I go, yeah, it went up during the Great Depression. It went up during all these other times. Don't think it ain't going to go up during this. And last week's show was awesome. You and I got on each other's nerves. It was awesome. I thought it was a great show. I don't know. What did you think?
I was out of it by the end of the show. I was like, we don't normally argue. What the hell?
But we had to. We had to argue. We had to get it out there because that's what everybody is feeling out there. So don't feel bad if you were or weren't. But, yeah, you weren't paying attention because you were so busy because you got so much crap on your mind. I needed to vent, and I wasn't going to listen to you. So, which people say, you never listen to Scott anyways. I listen to everything he says.
Yes, he does. And sometimes he even repeats what I say verbatim, and other times he makes shit up.
Now you normally repeat exactly what you said and use it against you, which is always fun. But that's my rant. I kept it down pretty quiet. I kept it down pretty simple. But, guys, go ahead and lambaste me all you want. Oh, you're wrong. Oh, you're wrong. Oh, you're wrong. More people are going to die from all this other stuff. I want my free health club membership, and I want my free healthy food, and I want paid time from work to go to the health club, work out for a half hour, and come back and shower. That's what I want.
Wait a second. I see a flaw with that theory.
What theory? Why is it a theory?
Getting free healthy food will increase your depression and possibly cause you to commit suicide.
Oh, that's okay, though. Scott, you're safe because I don't know if you saw, Donald Trump did sign into law that the meatpacking plants are essential businesses, need to stay open.
Yes.
So whether they get the employees to come back or not, that'll at least help them take away the liability is what the president was saying, is it'll take away the liability because it is the law that you have to be open.
I'll tell you something. Obviously, I'm out in farm country, and I've got farmers here that have animals that were supposed to be taken in, and nobody's taking them because there's nobody here to process them.
Right.
Hamburger is now $6 a pound here. $6 a pound for freaking hamburger.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Crazy. We have screwed up the economy so bad, it's not even funny.
$2.40 a pound are up to like $5 a pound, so that's double, and that's
it's absolutely ridiculous. And but as I said, all they did when they did this and gave away all this money and shut everybody out was they just grazed inflation.
Correct.
Oh, I'm making $15 an hour now. Yeah, because your burger now costs $6 a pound.
Yes.
You thought McDonald's burgers are they 10 patties? Are they 10 counts? That means there's 10 burgers to a pound.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? I mean,
which means 10 burgers to the pound. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy, man. You know, people wake up. I mean, like I said, listen to Elon Musk. Listen to some of these leaders. Don't be listening to Bill Gates and his Institute of World Population Control. You know, there is a World Population Control, Bill and Linda Gates. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The Don't Know Show. We don't know this stuff, but this stuff that I do know is driving me crazy. It should be driving you crazy also. And a new thing where everybody's wearing masks, but then they're cutting a hole out in the middle because, you can't breathe really well in the mask. Face coverings. Oh, let's look that up, okay? Don't Know Show. How big is the coronavirus? How many microns big is it, right? Let's look that up for next show, and we'll talk about that.
Okay.
How many microns big is the coronavirus? Guess what? All the masks everybody's wearing don't filter out microns that small. Apparently, you have to have a HEPA filter for. So what's the point?
Yes. Well,
you're just not spitting on somebody. That's all.
Exactly. Apparently, they're even admitting it cannot protect you from getting it, but it should protect others from you passing it on.
Yeah, but it won't because you're going to put it through there anyways. If it's that small,
right?
If it's smaller than the size of the filter, it's going through.
Well, again, they're saying that whole 6 feet thing, and now they're saying that's probably not enough. But with the mask on, the little particles that get through are only going to travel a short distance because there's no power anymore.
Tell me how we're going to survive being farther than 6 feet apart.
Well, yeah.
Build up the damn immunities, people. All right, I got to get off my soapbox.
Good idea.
The only way we can get off my soapbox is for you to be positive. So, ladies and gentlemen,
do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, so after what I just did, I just shared all my ideas out there, and Scott did not know that I was going to do this when he wrote this. So I just shared all my ideas. So we're going to go to Funguy The Entertainer and his genuine positivity message.
Keeping your ideas to yourself is the surest way for them to die. Don't be afraid to share your ideas so that they may flourish from the input of others.
So others' input
Yes.
down there. The Don't Know Show. Yeah. Should we just change it and then leave everything the same and see what happens?
Why not? I've already been putting it in the tags and stuff like that. The Don't Know Show.
The Don't Know Show. We got to just figure out how we're going to spell shit, and then we're going to start putting clothes up. There's one guy here who's got a show. I don't know how the hell he does it. He's got more subscribers than us. He's got Patreon, and he just does stuff about Vegas. And I'm like, everybody I show it to, I go, yeah, it's great information, but your show is more dynamic. I don't know if it's better, but it's definitely more dynamic. So crazy.
Sure. Not only that, I'm freaking adorable.
Yes, you are. I'd do you.
Especially with my little spanky going on.
Yeah. No comment on that, I do you?
Of course not.
Oh, okay. So what order do you want to talk about your subjects? This is your half of the show.
That is my half of the show. We'll just go in the order they're in.
Okay.
It makes perfect sense to me.
All right. So first off, our first subject is Lineage II. Lineage II is a
MMORPG.
A what?
MMORPG.
Sure it is. So wait, I know MM. So massive because it's big.
No, massively.
All right. Multiplayer.
Yes.
M. Okay. OR. Online RPG is role-playing game.
Correct.
All right. Cool. All right. This came from South Korea, you know. You know that, right?
This game, yes.
Yeah. So most of the players are based in Asia, huh?
Not any longer, no.
No?
The original game started there. And
yeah, they got like 14 million players in Asia.
Yeah, well, now they obviously I'm playing on the North American server.
Oh, so you play, we don't cross continents, huh?
Well, we do.
On your server.
Here's the thing. The Koreans, their game is all in Korean.
Makes sense.
Right. So everything in the North American servers is in English.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So so we have pretty much everybody in the world except the Koreans playing on our server.
Okay.
because we have Germans, we have like Andrew's from
Belgium. Russell, Belgium. Isn't Russell?
I got friends in the clan and stuff from Argentina.
Okay, so explain to me that. Okay, so the gameplay. Okay,
yes.
there's quests you can go on, right?
Correct.
And are they preset quests? And then can you write your own?
You don't write your own quest, period.
Okay.
So basically, the way the game is set up now, and it's free to play, by the way, but it's pay to win. That's what you find out. Once you can get it, you can play for.
They have the online purchases, right? Where
Correct.
the micro purchases, what they call them.
Right.
And the micro purchases add up to hundreds of thousands a year.
Yeah. Well, the top players in this game are spending $5,000 a month on the game.
And can you make money on the game? Like, I know you sell stuff.
Illegally, yes.
Okay. But you can't win like tournaments or anything. There's no like some kid's going to play this or some clan's going to play this and win $1 million.
No, they don't do that on these. That's more your first person shooter and stuff like that does this.
Okay.
This is a game where you're better off making parties. The big, we call them whales, the ones that are spending the money, they have such big gear. It's more efficient for them to go out by themselves because they don't have to share the XP or the loot with anybody, and they're strong enough to be able to do it because they've spent so much money and they've got such phenomenal freaking gear. But the concept is, right now you start as a new character, and you will literally go from 0 to level 105, which normally would have taken years. You could do it now in about 2 weeks. Actually, if you've got the money, you can do it in 4.5 days.
2 weeks. How long is that playing that character?
Time. Because there's now a macro system built into the game, you literally create your character, create this macro, you take it out to where it wants it, where it's going to kill the monsters. You click one button, and while you go to sleep, it continues to kill and get the experience.
Right, but how long does that take?
By doing it that way, it takes about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, 24 hours a day, roughly?
Yes.
Okay. Just trying to get an idea.
Right. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Once you reach 105, you need to do your dual class. At that point, you no longer get the free stuff. You have to use the stuff that you've already been given, and your extra bonuses have all worn out. At this point, you need to create parties with other people who are also at that right level. And you've got your healers, you've got they're called ISs or ISS.
So is your party the clan?
No, but most clans party with other clan members for the bigger events. So and of course, if you have enough people in your clan, you do create a party of all your clan members because it's just safer. Because people do come out and kill you for no reason that they can.
Because there's trolls on every game.
Yes. We have problems with 3 people right now, and it is so bad, and NC Soft will do nothing about it because they said it's a PvP game. However, these guys are classified as bullies because they are high-level characters going into the low areas and literally wiping everybody out. Absolutely everybody. And that's bullying, period.
Yeah.
If you're strong,
it's a flaw in the game.
You fight other strong people. You fight other members. It's called PvP, not PK. PK is player kills. That's when you go out and without them being at war with you or anything, you just kill them because you can. That is not supposed to be allowed.
See, but it says that, Lineage II strong orients towards the kind of battles, but does not enforce anyone to attend if they don't want to. PvP systems protect you from ill-minded players who kill you continuously without you even hitting them. So,
they're not doing anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So even though it says that it helps in that, they're not doing anything about it. So then it really doesn't help.
Correct. And we know that the reason is most people that are doing this are the ones that are spending thousands of dollars a month on the game. And that's, of course, how they're making money. So they're not going to kick them off the game because they'll lose all their money.
Sure. Makes sense.
It does.
So how many people? So you want to form a party first?
No. At first, when you first start your character, you're all by yourself to your level.
Yeah. You got your 14 now. Okay. Right. You're 14 days in.
Yes. Now you are going to try to find members of your clan who are the same level as you to go out into tough areas and do a party. As a party, okay. Yeah, because you need a healer, you need a buffer, which is the one that gives you the buffs that make you stronger. It's good to have a tank, which is like a knight in shining armor. He sucks all the bad guys to him, keeps their attention on him while archers and the mages and stuff shoot from a distance, right?
Okay.
It's kind of like watching Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Okay. So you can have how many characters yourself you can play in one game?
technically you're allowed 3 characters of the game, but that's per computer. As you know, I have multiple computers, so I'm running multiple tunes. Because what I do is I've learned how to help new people survive some of these PKers and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So I've created extra parties with my stronger tunes.
Okay.
And I help them out.
So how many people are in your group? In your party when you go out to a party?
The maximum amount of members in a party is 7.
Okay.
Okay. Then of course you can combine parties for bigger events like raid bosses. Raid bosses in certain instances can sometimes require up to 100 people to go into it. That has shrunk, I believe now. Actually, I don't know. Fafurian is the newest monster, and I was told that it takes half a freaking server to
Say that again in English. What is a newer monster?
Fafurian.
A Furian?
Fafurian.
Fafurian?
Yes. Have you ever seen Pitch Black, the movie?
No.
I think it's Vin Diesel.
Okay, if you say
he's got the cool blue eyes, but he's a Furian, so I think that's where they got it from. But anywho's, I just realized we're really getting long on this. We should probably switch to the next subject.
I'm almost there. We're almost there.
Okay, you must have
something. So how long have you been playing the game?
I've been playing for 14 years.
Okay, so 14 years. And how many of those people have you met in real life?
Well, obviously, when we had our LAN parties, they'd come here, and we were probably 30.
Oh, wow. So that's a pretty cool little group then.
Sure. But needless to say, I've never met Andrew in real life. Everything we do is online and, of course, on our show.
Well, yeah, until he gets here from Belgium and we get to go to Brussels.
But honestly, friendships in these games and stuff that's the way it is.
Cool.
And there are people who have gotten married in this game in real life. They were in the same clan together or even opposite clans together. But there's programs you can use. The biggest one is Discord. There's also TeamSpeak. There's also Ventrilo. I'm sure there's a few other ones.
Like in other games, they have that, sure.
Live, literally.
Okay, so it says Fafurian now live. Release date May 15th, 2019.
Yes.
Cool. All right, so that's enough of this one. Now let's go to our next subject for Scott.
One of my favorite subjects.
Which you did a great segue there, being able to switch between the two.
I did a great segue on that?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't do any segue on that.
Oh, I see. You're being peachy.
You're running this half of the show.
Well, obviously I'm supposed to be, but you keep pushing me around as usual.
Well, you didn't have an out at all?
Yeah. Well, anyway, most people would say that my favorite subject is the next subject, but actually one of my favorite subjects is donuts because that was our family business. So
donuts.
I literally, the very first solid food I ate was a donut growing up,
Donuts.
My dad met my mom when she was working at the donut shop and he was driving a taxi cab after he got out of the Korean War.
Donuts.
Donuts. What are you, Simpson?
Trying to be.
So Homer, that's it. Homer, dear. But anyway, so my dad met my mom when he's driving, started dating him, of course, and then they got married and he ended up working for the same guy that my mom was working for. Then he ended up buying the business from the guy and fired my mother, which really pissed her off. She didn't step foot in that donut shop for 20 freaking years after that.
He married her before he fired her?
Of course. They got married while they were both working for his name was Sidlow.
Okay.
They were both working there.
He fired her. So this is a donut, right? Are you looking at your camera?
You're facing it the wrong way.
Well, that's a donut?
Sort of.
And then that's a hot dog?
Okay. No, that's the next subject.
Oh, okay. So use that as your segue.
Okay. Well, you just
wait to go there. But we're not done yet.
We're not done yet. Okay.
So do you still make donuts at all?
Not that kind. No. I bake.
But this kind?
I I sometimes bake cinnamon rolls because those are easy to make because you use an oven. You don't need to fry.
I used to remember you making the cinnamon rolls. You were pretty good at that. You would like get that rolled out. You'd throw the cinnamon on there, put the wet edge on it, roll it up, and then you go.
Oh, you
throw
betcha.
them things out.
Certainly, I'd make 9 dozen per roll usually.
Yeah, you were pretty good at it. And they were pretty consistent in weight and size.
It was one of the things that always freaked out my dad because he had been doing it obviously for a long time by the time I was old enough to start doing this. And he could not believe how much better I was at making donuts than he was. So he made me the night manager and made the donuts at night.
Yeah, he didn't make you the night manager. He made you the night slave and said, you're going to make all the donuts.
Well, yeah, but I also opened the store, which he wasn't going to do. He didn't want to be open at night because he said it was too dangerous. But I was bringing in $300 a night. And he said, oh, shit, we're going to keep doing this.
And you had police presence there. They would come in.
Yeah, the police station was right across the street.
They were cool. They were cool guys, though.
Yes.
They were cool guys. That was back, good coffee, good donuts, good company.
Right.
We were on, what show were we on? What radio show were we on?
When it was you two of us?
Yeah. Not us doing the show, but we'd call into that one guy. That was a overnight show guy.
Wasn't that Fire 103.5?
I don't know. It was a national show.
Yeah. But on the weekends, it was national. During the week, it was a normal show, but on the weekends, they went to the national thing.
Yeah, it was whatever the national show was. It wasn't, yeah. But
it wasn't Casey Kasem, but it was like that.
No, it wasn't a stupid show. It was a good show. It was a good talk show, and the guy was pretty cool. And I only came in on the weekend because I had to be up so I didn't come in on the weekdays. I only came in on the weekends.
I think I have Ghost in here.
Good.
It sounds like Goobers is here, but Goobers is not here.
Wow. All right, so you
wait,
guys have a special. What?
I'm doing a segue here. Different than your segue.
I know you're trying to go like bunnies.
No, even better than that.
Okay.
All right. Goobers is not here because Goobers is out having sex.
I find that hard to believe.
My renter's daughter picked up 4 lions.
Hey. That's how all the jokes start with the farmer's daughter. So let's relax a little bit here.
She picked up 4 female lion's head rabbits, 3 regular lion's head, 1 double main lion's head, and has borrowed Goobers for 3 days to stud service is what it's called. But
it's called servicing. So we all know that was my favorite joke when AT&T, I think it was AT&T. I don't remember if it was the power company or AT&T. But when you bring a bull into the cows, it's called servicing. When you bring a horse into mate, it's called servicing.
Correct.
So when they said servicing you for the past 20 years, I went, yes, you have been.
That's right. Without any lubrication.
So that was my favorite joke. Yeah, you guys have been putting it to us for the.
You bet.
All right. So anybody with children under the age of how are you going to rate this part?
Well, it's 18. That's what the rules are.
All right. So if you're under 18, tune away because Scott's going to go talk about his favorite section, favorite subject. You saved the best for last.
Well, it's not technically my favorite subject. It just happened to be one of my favorite subjects.
How is this? Well, okay. So what subject is more favorite than this?
Life in general. I think life is my favorite subject.
Really?
Look at all the stuff I do talk about. It's not just sex. Just sex is one of my better ones.
That's part of life, dude.
Yes, it is. Sex is
Your
part
favorite
of
part of life.
Just like donuts are part of life. Trying to live life without donuts is like living life without half your body. It could be done, but it's just not really the ideal.
Well, that's not a path I want to go down. I want to say people that don't have their whole body aren't having a full life. They have a full life.
Well, yes. So I guess that was a poor analogy, and I apologize for my poor analogy.
The views of Scott Thomas are not necessarily those of the Don't Know Show because he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. So these are all going to be off the cuff, crazy ass shit that I normally rein him in on. But hold on to your hats, folks, because I'm going to let him go nuts, and you're going to just see how crazy this man is. Go.
Crazy? You think I'm crazy just because I think sex is
you're
an activity like bowling?
I think that you're inappropriate.
I'm inappropriate.
Yeah. So
I am considered a gentleman by almost every woman I've ever met because I am not inappropriate. I just happen to enjoy life. No does mean no. Even if it meant maybe, until she says otherwise, no means no. And that goes to everybody out there, period. And also, if a man says no, same thing.
Okay, that's good. I reined him in a little bit. I've taught him a little bit over his life.
No, my mother taught me that. She drilled that into me like you wouldn't freaking believe when I was younger.
Okay.
So my mom was fairly ahead of her time. She was not afraid to talk about sex. She didn't teach me anything except,
head,
like the typical birds and bees crap.
Did she teach you head?
No.
You said she was ahead of her time. She talked about sex.
Yes. Granted, she, from her generation, it was still a little difficult for her, and sometimes she'd break up giggling because she's like, I can't believe I'm talking like this to you.
But she was a generation of free love.
No, she was not.
No.
It was the generation between her and me. Technically, I'm at the end of the free love generation. I was alive during that part. You
were born during that part. I wonder how that worked out. See, if you were born during the part of free love, that means she was doing it during that time.
I was.
Your parents did it, Scott.
Of course they did. Otherwise, how would I have gotten here?
Exactly.
So, but anywho's, I like to tell people, and this is the one thing that people don't understand. Men and women think about sex differently, for the most part. Don't get me wrong.
Wait.
Some men
I've said that all along.
Right. Women are emotional. Men are logical. Men are
visual.
Visual, but logical, visual, say similar, different.
Men are illogical.
Yes, men are very illogical.
They think with the wrong one.
Yes. But I like to tell people, think about sex as an activity. Yes, it's awesome if you're in a committed relationship and you're, being monogamous, blah, 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 blah. But it's like going bowling. You got, pins, you got holes, you got,
Yeah, you put your fingers in different holes all the time.
All that stuff, yes. Golf.
I don't understand how the pins work, but I understand how the balls and the holes work. That is slang word
for women's legs were their pins.
Oh, is that when you get the 7-10
You got to remember, I'm 3 years older than you, so I learned a few more things.
Sounds like you forgot a few more things, too.
You didn't go where I thought you were going to go on that one.
Why? Would they lube up the lanes?
Yeah.
Why there's oil on the lanes?
I'll tell you something. Some of the things that I saw during the 70s were kinky like that. So there's no doubt about it. So, but, and of course now with we mentioned the COVID thing about the New York Department of Health, New York City Department of Health with their how to have sex. I actually brought that up to somebody who was complaining that, she couldn't go out to the bars and she was getting kind of frustrated. So I explained to her, I says, just remember, according to the New York City Department of Health, you are your best sex partner, so don't be afraid to masturbate. She turned beet red. She says, I'm tired of that.
Well, that's why they have machinery.
That's right. I said, hey, I told you, I asked you if it was okay to be non-politically correct. She says, I have no problem with what you said. It's just I wasn't expecting that. That's why I'm embarrassed.
Well, it's not me. It's the New York City Health Department.
That's right. Exactly.
So talk to me about your book writing.
My book writing.
Are those published anywhere?
Those are stories, not books.
Okay. Tell me about your story writing.
I have written well over 50 erotic stories from both the male and female perspective. It started out literally as a dare because one of my things I like to do is enhance intimacy by telling stories. And I was told I should write them down. So
yeah, one of his stories he tells everybody is, it's that big.
Actually, I never do that.
You told me the fish you caught was that big.
I did not. I told you that fish was 23.5 inches long.
There you go. That big.
That's not 23.5 inches long.
How do you know?
because I know how to read a real tape measure.
Okay.
I don't have one of those drunk guy sex tape measures.
Well, the reason men can read maps is because they think that is equal to a mile.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
when they go, it's that big.
But honest, darling, it really is bigger than the average.
So this is all you're going to talk about? These are the subjects, and this is how you're going to treat them?
Well, sure. I'm not going to get too into it. I'm not going to regale any of my stories. People need to pay me for those.
How can they pay you for those?
Through PayPal.
Okay, well, they can contact you to our webpage. Go to whathappened.world and send Scott a thing, and he will send you a spec on his story. And if you want the whole story, you can pay him.
I will go a little bit farther on this, even though we're running long as usual. What made me
this long? It was this long.
He's gonna keep doing that too. What made me consider selling this is during the forced quarantine that's been going on. There's an app out there called Jerkmate, which has, from what I understand, a 600% increase in usership because of all the people they can't go out to get it, so they're doing this. And the problem is they want girls and they want men, but the men have to be gay. They're not interested in what I think a lot of women would like. And if you are looking for a little bit of a spice and you want take care of yourself, but you would like a little bit of help, I think a story would be much better than just doing it in front of each other on camera. I mean, I suppose that's fine for a lot of people, but I think a lot of women would prefer the eroticism of a story.
All right. Well, it's time to go off of this subject and see if we have anybody left for our word of the week. I was waiting for you to take it to the gutter, and you did.
Just for you. And I didn't go to the gutter because I kept it non-vulgar.
Sure. Okay.
I do not get vulgar.
It was this close to being vulgar.
Yes, it was. Anyway, our word of the week is Go Cup.
So you know how weird that is that just made it into the dictionary?
Well, because they were considered to-go cups. Now they're just Go Cups.
It was to-go cup, so now it's just a Go Cup.
Right.
It's like your Go Pack. It's like your Go Pack.
That's right. Basically, it's anything that's packaged to help you. Here's the trick. It's anything that's packaged to help you sip on the go, whether it's plastic, paper, holds coffee or alcohol. This is the ultimate container for almost any activity.
But here's the weird part for me, okay? A lot of people will tell me that they'll go into a restaurant and they'll go, "Can I have my drink in a to-go cup?" Like They won't let them pour it into the cup that the restaurant supplies because the cup is reused and it's dirty, and it's cleaner if they use the Go Cup.
Which is a fallacy, but that's okay.
Well, okay, but you're still eating with the silverware they washed through the machine.
Correct.
And the plates.
And the plates. And of course,
and the table that they didn't necessarily wipe down, which with COVID-19, who knows what they're going to be wiping down now.
That's right.
But yeah, so I always find that weird when somebody tells me that. They're like, "Can I get my drink in a Go Cup?" I'm like, "Well, okay, I know you want to take it at the end, but why are you getting it? Because, well, I don't want to do their cups might not be clean." But neither is there silverware or plates at that point. So
that's correct.
Are you bringing your own silverware and plates?
And I'll tell you right now, there is not a restaurant in this. Well, I shouldn't say this because I don't know this for a fact. But basically, in this country, you have to have a professional dishwashing machine that sanitizes everything. It's the law.
No, you don't. They still hand wash. You got to have the compartments.
That's right. You can have the 3 compartments, and it has the bleach sanitizer.
You got to have all the different chemicals and the certain temperatures. Correct. And health department goes in and checks it. So I reject your reality because you don't know shit.
I don't know shit.
And with that, I'd like to say thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show is not a bad life decision,
then please subscribe, watch our other shows and channels. Comment on if you like Don't Know Shit, because we do. It's a Don't Know Show.
Don't Know Show.
But I'm going to have a big t-shirt made, Don't Know Show. And then, or maybe I'll have Don't Know Shit there and then put show in parentheses underneath it.
Here.
And we can start selling that.
It's We Don't Know Shit on the Don't Know Show.
Yeah, just a don't know shit show.
Okay.
So, but how are we going to spell it? Are we going to spell it S # exclamation point T? I got to find out what's the best way to spell it.
I know. It's a tough decision.
So we got to pick a way to spell it. So
obviously, the easiest is SH exclamation point T. That's the easiest.
Is that easier than, all right, well, whatever. We'll look at it and see.
All right.
All caps or small?
Good question. I'll have to look at them again. We'll talk about that later.
We got to figure that out. So with that, go to whathappened.world. Like I said, make comments to Scott. Don't make any comments to me on my soapbox.
Unless, of course, you reject his reality.
Please make comments. Please send these to the people I mentioned. Send them links. Send them to the news. Go look at this stupid guy going off on everybody. He doesn't know shit. I think I didn't say that during that part, so they can actually use those sections for you know, they can take clips and put it on their thing. And I'm sure they can take my stuff out of context and make us famous. So please do that. Because like I said, I'm so jealous of these other people that have more viewers.
Yes.
And Patreon. We need some, again, if you know how to use Patreon and stuff like that, you can take a percentage of the money.
And remember, folks, if you're in Wisconsin and you're having trouble about going to Illinois to pick up your grass, I have plenty right here.
Yep. So I want you to live every day. Be safe, wash your hands, and we'll see you on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and have a button. We are recording
in 3. On this episode, again, or still, or continuing, or this has got to stop. We're still safer at home with COVID-19. So wash your hands.
Except we might not be almost safer at home because we almost got hit by an asteroid. And of course, there's murder hornets here now. And Steve and I have to split up the whole freaking show.
Yeah, that's right. But I like this. The first half is me talking about how ridiculous I believe what we're doing is. And then in 6 months, they're going to tell us what we did was wrong. And then 6 months from then, we're going to tell us what we did was wrong again. So it's just going to be crazy. No one has the answers, and we need to come up with better solutions. So listen to me.
And then, of course, I take over the second half of the show and talk about 3 of my favorite subjects. And if you want to know what those subjects are, you really got to watch the whole show.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny what Scott thinks are fun subjects. So stay tuned.
So let's start this mess. And don't forget, wash your hands.